Hello and welcome to a brand new year. It's January 2026 and now is a great time for you to be thinking about your career and what you want for the year ahead. I'm going to give you 4 important things to think about this January that will future-proof your career and make sure you have a really successful year. The first one is goal setting. It's really important you set your own career goals because otherwise it's easy to get distracted by helping other people and other people's plans will become your plans. So really think about what are your career goals for this year. Not what your manager wants you to do, not what you're expected to produce at work, but what are your actual career goals? Do you want to get promoted, get more responsibility, move departments, move companies, change careers altogether? So spend some time getting clear on those goals, write them down, and then I want you to spend time with them every week. So every Monday, look at those goals and write down some small actions you can do that week towards those goals. And every Friday, check on your progress. It's having this weekly check-in with your goals that means you're going to achieve them and it keeps you on track and helps you avoid distractions. The next thing I think is really important to think about is how to AI-proof your job. Now, depending on the industry you work in, this may be more or less of a problem, but ChatGPT can already replace a lot of tasks in professional services, and we're going to see other ways that AI starts replacing parts of our jobs. Now, you might want to be an ostrich and just put your head in the sand, but the smartest thing you can do is look at all the responsibilities you have, all the actions you do day to day, and think which of these couldn't be done by AI. There's probably quite a lot that could be done, but which bits couldn't be done? And often they're the bits that involve being creative or human face-to-face interaction. So really think carefully about which bits could be and which couldn't be. The ones that can't be, you then want to lean heavily into those. So if there's aspects of your job that involve lots of admin, you might even start using ChatGPT now to replace those or start helping you with those tasks. But the responsibilities you have in terms of engaging with customers, building relationships, they're much harder to replace. So make them a bigger part of your role and become really, really good at those aspects of your job. That's a really good way to make sure that you're valued then for the extra value you can give, and you're not being valued for tasks that one day will be easily replaced by ChatGPT and AI. The next thing in general is to really focus on your relationships this year. I think in the world of kind of hybrid working, maybe we've lost a bit of connection with people. Maybe we're not as focused on networking and building our networks as we should be. But this is why it can become a competitive advantage. So dedicate a certain time each month to meeting new people, but also reaching out and nurturing your existing network, your existing connections. And you don't have to have an ask in mind, you're just nurturing it for the sake of it. But over time, when you need new opportunity, or when you want to hire someone, or you need a favor, having nurtured that network is really going to help you in your career. Lots of my clients get offered amazing job opportunities through people they met years ago who they have very gently kept in touch with. So really focus on building relationships and building your network. The next thing I would say is that here in the UK, we could be in for a bit of a bumpy ride. And so a lot of companies are cutting back on headcount or not replacing people when they leave. So one of the things that really throws us off our game at work is if we're stressed. And that's where I think it is worth, if you can, saving up a bit of a financial buffer. You want a bit of a cushion so that if your company starts talking about layoffs, you're not panicking about losing your job and you know that you'd be okay for a few months if it happened. Just having that money in the bank can give you confidence. It can also allow you to take risks like moving to another company without worrying about losing some job security. So build up that financial buffer and you'll feel more relaxed and maybe be able to make better career decisions. The final thing is to think about the skills you want to build this year. Every year you can get better at your job in some way or other. So have a look at your existing skill set. What are you good at? And maybe think about how can you add to that. So for example, you might not feel very comfortable selling. Can you put yourself through a sales course and get really confident at it? Are you not great at public speaking? Are you afraid of it? Can you get training in that area? I help a lot of people, including some very senior people, to become more confident public speakers, and it really helps their careers. It might just be a technical skill or a new area, a new technology that you want to get comfortable with. But again, don't wait for your employer to develop you. You need to work out the skills that will help you in your career and dedicate some time to developing them. At the same time, your employer might help fund this, so you might ask them if they have courses in this area, or even if you can get coaching. And a lot of my clients, their companies will actually pay for their coaching sessions. So those are my top tips for this year. Set clear goals and check in with them. Think about how AI might impact your role, and then really lean heavily into the aspects that AI can't do. Really focus on building relationships and work out the skills that you can build and set your own curriculum for the year. And if you do those 4 things, you're going to be way ahead of a lot of people that you work for. So good luck, and I wish you a very successful 2026.